I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Welcome to Discovering Music Theory, Grade 5. We're going to embark upon a very exciting journey. It's quite engrossing, but I think you'll find it really satisfying. I absolutely love working through Grade 5 theory. So let's move straight on into the work that's ahead of us. By all means, do read through the introductory pages, but we're going to crack on with Chapter 1, Rhythm, starting at page 1. So have a read through the introduction, and then we're going to get cracking on this topic. So we're going to be talking about compound time and simple time. So we'll give those a little bit of a revise. And then we're going to be converting so that we keep the number of beats the same. So if there's 2 beats in a bar, there will still be 2 beats in a bar, but it's compound or simple. And the musical effect will be the same, but we need to alter the way we write it to fit the time signatures. So remember that in simple time, this means everything is grouped in 2s. So 1 crotchet divides into 2 quavers, or 1 minim divides into 2 crotchets. That's simple time. Everything divides by 2. Where in compound time, everything divides by 3. And so we have a dotted crotchet that divides into 3 quavers, or we have a dotted minim that divides into 3 crotchets. And so, for example, just if I grab a little piece of paper, just as a quick revise, 2/4 means 2 crotchet beats per bar. We would say that that was duple time. 6/8 is also duple time, but it's 2 dotted crotchets per bar. So we can see there's beat 1, beat 2, beat 1, beat 2. Here each beat divides into 2 quavers. So we can still beat 1, beat 2. Here everything divides into 3 quavers. We can still see that there are 2 beats per bar. And so when we're converting from simple time to compound time, we're going to have to stretch from a group of 2 to a group of 3. When we're going from compound time to simple time, we're going to have to sort of squish a group of 3 into a group of 2. So let's look at how we do that. And we do that by using either dots or the absence of a dot, triplets or the absence of, or duplets or the absence of. So a dot after a note makes it half as long again, and so we get from a group of 2 quavers worth to a group of 3 quavers worth. And then if we've got a group of 3 and we need to squish it into the time of 2, we can use a triplet sign, because a triplet does squeeze 3 into the time of 2. So the maths is sorted, and then the performer would work out how to fit that into the timing. And of course, we have the duplet, which is kind of the reverse, which stretches a group of 2 into the time of 3. That's having the same effect as if you were going to put a dot next to everything. It just kind of does that for you. And so we're going to put this into practice now by working through exercise 1. So by all means, Work through with me until you feel comfortable to have a go, and then as soon as you feel that you can, do have a go on your own. It doesn't matter if you go wrong. I know that I always say this, but it's so much better to learn by your mistakes. Always work in pencil, have a nice sharp pencil, have an eraser to hand, and if something goes wrong, you can just quickly rub it all out and have another go, and you will learn so much more thoroughly by having a go, even if you get it wrong, than just by passively copying through with me, because you'll kind of follow it through, but you won't have really dug deep into your thought processes to figure out how to do it yourself. So it's always better to learn, even if it's by your mistakes, by having a go on your own. So we'll try some together, and then as soon as you feel able, you hit pause and have a go on your own, and then you can re-access into the video and check through your answers with me. So here we go, let's work through these now. So we need to tick or cross each of these boxes, looking at these examples, to show which has been correctly or incorrectly rewritten. So we're going from simple time to compound time. So we've got 3 crotchet beats here, so we should have beat 1, beat 2, beat 3. And here we should have 3 dotted crochet beats, 1, 2, 3, and we show each new beat by grouping the notes to show where each new beat falls, so that the performer can easily see beat 1, beat 2, beat 3. And so here we can see there's beat 1, which is a group of 3. Here's group 2, so the second group of 3, and there's our third beat, and that's exactly correct, so there's nothing wrong with that one. Here we have quadruple time, so each of these should be in 4 beats per bar. We have beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, and so this must be reflected exactly the same, each beat 1, 2, 3 and so on, but now it's groups of 3, not groups of 2. And so here we would extend this by adding a dot. So this should have a dot. So straight away we know that this is wrong. Here, this is incorrect because the triplet squishes a group of 3 into a group of 2. We should be in groups of 3 here anyway because this is compound, so we shouldn't have that now. That shouldn't be there. This is the only correct alteration to convert from simple to compound. So beats 1, 2 and 3 are incorrect. This is the only correct part, so that's wrong on lots of levels. Now let's look at this next one. So here we should have 1, 2 crochet beats, and we can see there's beat 1, there's beat 2. So here we should have 2 dotted crochet beats, which we have, but something's gone very wrong here because this is beat 1, the top A here, that top line is beat 2, and beat 2, the wrong note is here, and what's happened is they've changed the musical effect, they've changed the note values. We've got 1 and a 2 and, where here we've got 1 and a 2, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3. We've completely changed the musical effect, and look how long that note is. That's 3, that's a dotted crochet, that's 3 quaver beats. Here that's just a quaver beat, so we're not in the correct units at all. Everything's got completely out of sync. What this should be, let's do this correctly, is we'd have to stretch that group, and then that group should have a duplet as well. So we'd have to duplet those, wouldn't we, so that the beats fall on the correct part. So you know that's wrong on so many levels there. Let's look at this next one. So here's beat 1, here's beat 2, here's beat 3, here's beat 4, falling into 4 crochet beats. There's the accent. I've not left much room there, have I? On each crochet beat. So let's see what happens here. So here is beat 1. That's been stretched 2 into the time of 3, so that's correct. There's beat 1. Beat 2 is correct, we've added a dot. Beat 3 is correct because that's now a group of 3 because we've removed the triplet. And then here, this is correct. Again, we've stretched 2 into the time of 3. So there's our 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3 quaver beats. So that's absolutely correct. And then finally, we have a triple time. So we should have 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. So beat 1 should be just all silence, and that's correct because now we've added a dot just as we would next to a note. It's the same with the rest. And then group 2 is correct because we've got rid of the triplet that's no longer needed because 3 into the time of 2 is appropriate here. Here we need kind of 3 in the time of 3, don't we? And then this is correct because we've added a dot. So we have beat 1, beat 2, beat 3. That's absolutely correct. And so we're now asked to correctly write out some of the incorrect ones here. So let's start. We've got 2 opportunities. We'll do B and then C to correct those. So let's see what B should look like. So let's just map out all the bits and bobs first, get the nuts and bolts in place, as it were. So it's treble clef. It's 12 over 8. Oh, and I've forgotten, there we are, B flat key signature, just squish that in quickly, there. And so we should have, we've done the working out, we should have a dotted minim to make that 2 dotted crochet beats. We don't need the triplet, but we do need a dot. So let's write that out in full. So we have our middle C, which is dotted. Then we have a group of 3 quavers, E, D, C. I think I'll use a ruler. Let's keep this reasonably tidy. Bit of manuscript practice here, getting our note writing neat and tidy. And then we have a dotted crochet F. And don't forget the bar line. There we go. So beat 1, 2, 3, 4. That is now correctly written out. And now we have exercise C. If I just bring that down. So we should have, this is the one where it all got a little bit squiffy. Everything ended up out of line. We should have the beats exactly showing where beat 1 and beat 2 is. And we're going to have to use duplets to stretch 2 into the time of 3. So we need a bass clef. No key signature this time. Time signature 6 over 8. And then I'm just going to get the blobs in place first of all, and I'll worry about the stems because we're going to have to think about what should be beamed, because really that shouldn't be beamed here because that should belong to this one here. So let's just get the note heads in place. So we have a bottom A, E, F, A, G, and then bar line. That's that. So the A, E and F should be beamed together. Now let's think, the stems are going to go down, aren't they? And then this is a group of 2 into the time of 3, because although there are 3 notes, there are only 2 quaver beats, aren't there? Because 2 semiquavers make a quaver. So there's 1, 2. It's still a group of 2 beats. And then this one's more obvious. So we can Group those together, and again that's going to have to be a duplicate. We've got to stretch 2 into the time of 3. And that's that first exercise completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.